Why you must be fluent in English. The English language has become the lingua franca of international science. This is from the scientist. Global business speaks English. Harvard Business Review. There are hundreds of such reports that tell you that you must be able to speak English fluently and intelligibly in order to survive in this globalized world. 10 professions where fluency in English is essential. Number 1 is science and technology. However, there is a problem, a real problem. Here's a report from Economic Times. How English-speaking skills are keeping Indian engineers away from their dream jobs. Skills missing. 97% of engineering graduates cannot speak English fluently. That's a survey of 30,000 students. Hindustan Times and Aspiring Minds report. India graduates millions, but too few are fit to hire. Few can communicate in English. Wall Street Journal. This has been a problem for a century in India and several other countries. Students learn English in their schools and colleges for about 5 to 10 years. They can read it and write it, but they cannot speak fluently in English, which is an essential requirement for all technical jobs nowadays. Jobs in multinational corporations, academic jobs, jobs in a foreign country, even for higher studies, is essential to be able to speak fluent English. Okay? Therefore, millions of STEM, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics graduates remain unemployed or underemployed. That is very sad. After learning 5 to 10 years of English, they cannot speak it. There must be something wrong with our system. Finally, there is a solution that works. An intensive training using software. You have to use the modern technology to learn the language. Spoken English 2020 and Spoken English for Engineers and Scientists. These 2 pieces of software were created by professionals, engineers, scientists, professors, linguists from United States of America, Europe, and India. They know where the problem lies. They know how to solve the problem. That's exactly what we have done. Effective communication skill for professionals. This is by Sinha Research, Switzerland, and MTC Global English Language Lab.
Welcome to Spoken English for Engineers and Scientists. First, click on a lesson number below. Then see the text, listen carefully, and repeat aloud what you hear. Then click the repeat button to hear it again, or click the next button to go to the next page. We wish you great success. Now, click on lesson number below.
You see on the left side, there are lessons related to science. The first to introduce science, technology, and engineering, the history of science, famous scientists, the inventions that our society is built upon. It's very interesting 2 topics. Okay. In physics, general physics, mechanics, heat transfer, etc. Here is sound and electricity. This is quantum mechanics and theory of relativity, chemistry, inorganic chemistry and organic chemistry, biology, mathematics, and current research in science. Here there are topics, lessons on topics related to mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, chemical engineering, civil engineering, electronics and communication engineering, computer science, and information technology, interdisciplinary engineering, for example, robotics and aerospace engineering, Presentation and group discussion. This is very important. It teaches you about technical presentation, group discussions, and professional technical meetings. Job interview. It's a very simple lesson that helps you build your job interview skill from searching the job all the way to interview with general interview questions, HR questions, and also sample technical interview questions from various fields. The hints given here itself will help you prepare for getting a job. Frontiers of technology. What kind of research is going on? What are the engineers and scientists in academia as well as in industry working on to current technology and future technology? I must tell you, this is not going to make up for the 4 years of engineering that you have to learn. 200 to 300 books that you have to learn. This one gives an overall view of different branches of science and engineering as the content, the main idea is to learn spoken technical English. But instead of giving nonsense contents, we have taken the contents from probably 500 different magazines, journals, textbooks, old books, new books, websites, and put them together in a very interesting way. Let's see some example. Let's click on that.
Introduction. In this lesson, you will learn the basic concepts, methods, and terminologies used in science and engineering.
You are supposed to repeat everything that you hear. I just paused it. Let me introduce you to the buttons. This is the pause button, pause and play button. This is the repeat button. If you don't hear the page properly, there are 970 such pages. Each lesson has about 40 to 60 pages. For example, here, this lesson 1 has 45 pages. You are on page 1. Okay? You are supposed to repeat whatever you hear. If this is too fast for you, click on the slow button. It will slow down by about 20%. If you're a beginner, you need to do that. There are repeat buttons for each line. You can repeat manually if you want. Let's continue.
You will see and hear a few useful words related to science and engineering on top of each page. Please listen carefully and repeat aloud after each word.
This page is telling you how to use the software. What did you learn? You have on each page you'll have some keywords related to a particular topic, and those keywords are also related to each other.
Then you will hear 3 or more example sentences using some of those words and containing some scientific knowledge. Please repeat aloud after each sentence or paragraph.
Sometimes you'll have simple sentences like that you are supposed to listen and repeat right away. Immediately we give enough pause for you to repeat. That's the trick. Whatever you hear, you repeat right away.
When you finish this lesson, you should be able to discuss the importance of science and engineering in the modern society and confidently participate in a group discussion.
Let's go to the next page.
Science.
Did you hear? It does not say science. That means a different word. This one said science. That's exactly how you have to repeat. Science. You have to listen very carefully and repeat so that your English is almost perfect in a very short time. The reason we speak improper English is because we have learned the wrong way. We are going to give you the chance to perfect your English in a very short time.
Systematic.
Systematic.
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Rational.
Rational.
Explain.
Explain.
Predict.
Predict.
Test.
Test.
World.
world,
universe,
universe. Now listen. You are supposed to say science, systematic, rational, explain, predict, not predict. Not the way we usually say. Say the way you heard here. That's why after every word there's a pause. If you didn't hear it properly, repeat it again.
science,
Science,
systematic,
systematic. Okay,
knowledge.
now let's go to the sentence.
Science is the knowledge of everything in the world, knowledge which can be rationally explained and reliably applied.
Science is the knowledge of everything in the world, knowledge which can be rationally explained and reliably applied. Not applied.
Science is a systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the universe.
If it is too fast for you, let's change to slow speed.
Science. Science is a systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the universe.
Science is a systematic enterprise that builds and organizes knowledge in the form of testable explanations and predictions about the universe. Some of these words have been used here.
Biology, physics, chemistry, and mathematics are some of the many branches of science.
Biology, physics, chemistry, and mathematics are some of the many branches of science. This is how you have to repeat. Let's go to the next page.
Science.
You'll see some of the words are being repeated. Here you have to listen carefully. Science, scientist, scientific. It's not science, scientist, scientific. That's the difference between proper English and the way we speak. Okay? You have to repeat exactly the way you hear. And everything here is useful. Slowly, this third one will grow into a paragraph. When you listen to it, your listening comprehension will improve. When you read it, your reading fluency will improve. But you have to listen carefully and repeat. I'm telling that many times because that is the thing that's missing in the way English is taught. People do not get the chance to repeat correct pronunciation, accent, and intonation. And this is your opportunity to do that. Okay? Let's go over to the last page. You can type in this whatever page number you want to jump to. For example, 45.
The goal.
Let me pause.
Steps. Practice.
Every half an hour, we will give you
Improvement. Perfection. Success.
every half an hour we'll give you some discussion topics related to the lesson that you have learned. You're supposed to form small groups of students and discuss about that. Generate new ideas. We'll even tell you how to discuss, how to generate new ideas, how to do brainstorming sessions. All these things will be given in the lessons. Sentences will grow slowly, become more and more complex, so you achieve several things simultaneously. You build your technical vocabulary, correct pronunciation, usage in sentences, useful technical sentences, okay? And fluency, listening comprehension, everything simultaneously. That's the way it works, okay? Some of the words would be repeated on several pages to build this network of the vocabulary, tightly knit vocabulary in your mind. The sentences use those terms, terminologies. When you want to say something, they naturally come out. The key is to listen carefully and repeat, and it works. Okay? Let's switch over to some other lesson. Just click the home button, it goes to the main page again. Let's say computer science. You want to learn about computer
In this
science.
lesson, we will introduce you to computer science,
That's too slow. Let me change to normal speed.
In this lesson, we will introduce you to computer science, commonly used terminologies, basic concepts, their applications, and the current state of research and development in this field.
Let's see some typical page. It tells
Universal
you a lot
Serial
of
Bus,
things about computers that you
USB,
need to know. And you should be able to say those
CD,
things
DVD,
clearly.
or Blu-ray drive,
Let's go to another.
application software,
Oh, that's another thing we teach.
app,
We don't only teach the
computer
terms,
program.
we teach their applications. Many things that you have not learned in your classwork, in your classes, or from a textbook, where to apply some of the concepts are here. Okay? You learn those things too. But that's not the main purpose. That's just to make the contents interesting for you, build your knowledge. The main purpose is to make you speak fluent technical English so that when you speak, people will be impressed. They'll listen to you, your students, your colleagues, your customers, your managers. Everybody will listen to you when you speak English the proper way. Okay? And this is the only chance you have. All right. Let's go over to, let's say, biology.
Biology,
Did you hear?
biologist,
Not biology, biology. This is exactly how you have to listen carefully. Say biology. I hear a lot of students say biology. No, biology, biologist, biological sciences, living being, organism, not organism, organism. And the last one, you'll hear it, evolution. 90% of the people I know say evolution, and that is not correct. It's not Liu, it's Lu. You have to listen carefully. Evolution. Our pronunciation will be correct. Our intonation will be correct. Our accent will be correct. And we'll speak fluent technical English. This is the purpose. Okay? All right. I think you have learned enough how simple it is to use. You have to do your job. You have to repeat. 6 months. Try it for 6 months, half an hour every day. Repeat some of the things that are difficult. For example, technology is not technology. Technology, this is how you have to repeat. Okay? Try to copy as much as possible the way you hear. That's why we are given the gaps. You repeat it. And this is the only course that's going to help you speak fluent technical English. You'll speak like professionals. All the best to you. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, you can drop me an email.